All right, good evening, everyone. I am Shauna Taroso. I am the CEO of RAYAC, and I'm so excited to have you all here this evening. And a special welcome to everyone who's joining us on Facebook Live tonight. We are live streaming the event. To anyone who couldn't be here in person this evening, we hope everyone is staying healthy and well. So this is my absolute favorite event that RAYAC does, our awards and installation, because it gives us an opportunity to celebrate everything that we accomplished in 2021 and recognize our incoming leadership and all of our amazing volunteers who have done so much to make our association thrive. And 2021, what an incredible year. I think we can all agree to that. We broke every single record there was to break in residential housing sales. Largest median home sale price ever recorded in the history of both York and Adams County, a 12% increase for both counties over 2020, which broke the record for the highest median home sale price ever. Largest number of homes ever sold in both York and Adams County, a 10% increase over 2020 for York County and a 2% increase for Adams County. Fastest moving market we've ever had, lowest amount of inventory we've ever had, and the RAYAC membership grew by 9% in 2021 versus 2020. So every record out there, we pretty much broke it. And as a special treat for all of you, RAYAC puts together our annual residential housing market report for both York and Adams counties. All of you are the very, very first to see it. So at your seats, we've given you a copy of both the York and Adams County report. I literally finished it this afternoon, so it is literally fresh, hot off the press. Yes, so it'll be going out to the entire membership tomorrow, but all of you get a special sneak peek at that tonight to just see what an incredible year we had. So let's get it kicked off. We are going to our first speaker, we also need to give a big thank you to, because Bright MLS was our premier sponsor for this evening, so we need a special round of applause for them for our food and drink that we had this evening. Thank you very much. And with us today, we have two guests from Bright MLS. We have Rene Galicia. He is the Executive Vice President for Customer Advocacy. And we are also honored to have the President and CEO of Bright MLS, Brian Donnellan, who's going to be with us tonight. And Brian, as the CEO of Bright MLS, provides the oversight and the leadership for approximately 95,000 real estate professional subscribers. More than 20 million customers are serviced by Bright MLS, and in 2020 they completed approximately $78 billion in residential real estate transactions. So Brian provides the leadership for Bright's technology product, their customer support, and the financial organization, as well as the management of the association's strategic growth strategy. He is a 15-year real estate industry veteran with extensive strategic management experience, including previously serving as the CEO of MRIS. He holds leadership positions with several industry organizations, including MLS Technology and Emerging Issues Advisory Board, the Multiple Listing Issues and Policies Committee for the National Association of Realtors, the Board of Directors for the Real Estate Standards Organization known as RISO, and as an advisor for the Realtors Property Resource LLC, and a Realtor.com Executive Advisory Committee he serves on as well. Brian was named to Riz Media's 2021 Real Estate Newsmakers and also Housing Wire's 2020 Tech Trendsetters list. So we have a great speaker here for you tonight, and Brian's going to give us a little bit of an update over the products for Bright MLS and their future direction. Come on up, Brian.
Thank you so much, Shauna. It really is a pleasure to be here. It really has been weird times, and you know, this has been on the calendar now for quite some time, and we're sitting there wondering if we're going to do it. And we've been lucky enough to be up in Lancaster last night and then come down here and be with you guys. So thank you for having us here. It really is a pleasure. Just a couple things. I don't know what the number you got there. You said 78 billion. Actually, the whole Bright footprint did about 141 billion last year. That's 331,000 transaction sides in the footprint. So I think you could say the experience has been pretty consistent throughout the whole Mid-Atlantic area. There's pockets of things, and I would suggest you go and check out the Bright T3 Swanepoel Home Demand Index. It's the only one of its kind, and it's growing, but it actually gives you some sort of indication as to where the market is going, not where it's been. And it uses a lot of different artificial intelligence and other metrics that other, not just pendings or other things. It's looking at home openings. It looks at where things have been searched on the internet. It looks to see how long things are closing, and it gives you an idea of where a market's going. And it's done by zip code as well too. So if you guys haven't seen that, it's out there. It's free. I think it's worth a look into. It gives you a little bit of expertise that nobody else out there has. And with all those transactions this year, there's a question that one of my board of directors used to always ask, and that is, at what point does it start going the other way? I can tell you that still, with all those transactions, with the growth of agents, we haven't hit that saturation point. And I don't have that exact number in my head, but when she said that, it came to me. I know we've been tracking it. It's not quite there yet, so there's still room there, but it's exciting. So I wanted to just take a few moments. I promise I won't be taking a whole long time here, just to go over a couple things that we're working. Many of you probably don't know, but we spent the last 2 years really working on the infrastructure. Everything that we've had before, whether it's people or the technology we have, is different today. It all got moved into the cloud, and I'll tell you, I've been through many different conversions. And it's probably one of the best conversions I've ever been a part of in terms of the people that actually did that, up through the middle of the night, through many, many weeks and planning. It was a really great job. But what that does do is it gives us the ability now to start delivering product. Product that I think is going to be a little bit different than you've seen in the past, not a new version of Matrix or something like that. That stuff will come out. But we're looking to focus on things that are really going to help you do your job and what it is that you do. And a couple of the things that we're going to talk about, 2 areas that we focused on last year, and we began delivering the product, and we do a little bit differently than we used to. We release a beta, we get some people who are involved, we get their feedback, both in developing it and actually testing it on live data, and then we introduce teams. It's an area that people have been asking us for a long time. And it gives the team better insight into what it's doing, the team leader, the team participants, and quite honestly, even the broker that oversees those teams. It's something that's been very, very difficult to obtain in the past because it just hasn't been tracked that way. In our industry, it's something that continues to grow. I mean, I remember it starting back in 2007 or 8-ish, and I used to say, well, is this going to last? Well, yeah, it's last, and it actually is turning out to be a quite popular way of doing business. So Teams is the base. The beta has been out. We have it in production now. If you're on a team, I suggest that you look into it and go there. And as I said to you before, we'll deliver a product now, and then we'll continue to put new things in there all the time. So we have several releases that are coming into the Teams product over the next 6 months. And like again, I say, take a look at that and see if you like it and give us feedback. We're all available to hear what it is you have to say about that. Another area that we spent a lot of time with, I think everybody knows, last year Showing Time got bought by Zillow, and it caused a pretty big stir out there about where data was going, who was looking at your data, so on and so forth. The first thing I want to say to you is the contracts that we have with our vendors, and Showing Time was a vendor, and they're still a vendor. They're not allowed to use data willy-nilly. They have rules, and we foresaw a lot of the things that maybe not Zillow, but somebody else, and Zillow's not the bad guy here, I'm just using them because they're the ones that bought them. We actually anticipated how some of this data could be used, what some of the derivative products that could be made for them. We have a very tight contract with them, so we don't have to worry about their data being used. Having said that, we also want there to be choice. If you don't want to use Showing Time, if you want to use something else, if your broker or somebody has a better experience elsewhere, we want there to be choice in the market. So my last desire was to develop a showing tool because it was a pretty big outcry of how are we going to fix this. Showing software is very complicated, and a lot of the time is spent on the last mile. You know, what's the situation in a house? Is there a dog there? Is somebody else there? There are certain situations. But Showing Time spent about 20 years getting it to where it is, and I didn't think we could do something fast enough. So what we did is we created a hub architecture. And the way the hub architecture works is you can plug and play, but you got to follow these rules in order to work in this. We came up with a concept. We took it to RISO, which is the Real Estate Standards Organization, back in November, and we had a hackathon. And we probably had 5 really good efforts in terms of the showing systems working in there. They would all work together within the system. Now, I recognize that could cause a lot of confusion, but you pick a showing thing and you stick with that. It's not like you're moving back and forth on all the different things. But the whole idea here is that when new technology comes out, it can insert in there, and you, the user, if you're using Matrix and you decide you want to go use FBS or Black Knight or whatever when they come along, you don't have to start at zero. That this information that is yours actually will transport. We're starting that with the Showing Time. We have HomeSnap and we're showing services. We have HomeSnap and Showing Time that have agreed to the terms that will be part of this hub. So we believe we have all the critical mass. We worked with California Regional MLS, which is the largest MLS out there. They're probably over 105,000 folks. We worked with Chicago, and we figured that if we had good participation by other MLSs out there, we could actually force the vendors to do this. So this is our first foray in that. But I see us doing this with other MLS vendors and other technology that when they come into the market, you'll be able to plug and play, and your experience will be your experience, and you can move to where you want. Those are kind of the updates that I have. I'm going to sit here and let Rene talk about this. In the MLS industry, in your world, there's so much going on in the policy and in the compliance area that I think it's worth talking about some of that. So Rene Galicia, who comes from us from NAR, who's been in the MLS industry, is one of the most knowledgeable people in this area, and we're very fortunate to have him here with us today. So I'm going to let Rene speak a little bit.
Thank you, Brian. It's great to see you all. It wasn't too long that I was back out here, and so it's fortunate that we're in person and not on a screen. But I just want to touch on 2 quick things. Aside from the policy, which I'll touch on in just 1 second, a lot of the items that Brian touched on, they're all tools that are oriented towards helping you in your day-to-day business. And a lot of what we do is not possible without your feedback, without your requests, without letting us know exactly what it is that you need out of your tools, your systems, your platform, everything that you have access to. So I encourage you, please reach out to us, whether it's a customer success coach that you come across in the field, whether you want to give us a call, send us an email. You can email us at feedback@brightmls.com. Hand me your card. I'm happy to chat. We have a whole team that's dedicated to helping you succeed using Bright's tools. So let us know what's on your mind, what you want to see from us, what we're doing good, what we can improve on. It's the only way that we can advance forward. And again, we're all focused on you. We've increased our presence, our engagement opportunities by 300% over the last several months with our customer success coaches, even in a remote environment mostly. So we want to create those opportunities where you can engage with us and provide us that real-time feedback. In terms of the policies, so we have a couple new rules that are going to come into effect March 1 that are coming out of NAR. These are the MLS rules that you all agree to abide by, and making sure that you have accurate, timely, up-to-date data that's not only just going in our system, but also is being presented to consumers through IDX, syndication, all the other distribution methods that you know of. It's worth noting, though, that the rules that we have in place largely all come from NAR, right? They're rules really by realtors for realtors. And I mentioned that only so that if there's something that you see that you're not quite sure if it's working the right way in our rules, let us know as well. We can open up that dialogue, whether it's a local custom rule, whether it's something at the NAR level. We're happy to bring those discussions forward. But it is truly a set of rules that realtor members agree to implement, and that makes sense in our systems. There's going to be a number of policies and rules that are coming out March 1. They were adopted by NAR at their November meeting. They're in effect nationally as of January 1, and MLSs are required to implement by March 1. We'll have a webinar and some engagement opportunities as well through our customer success coaches to spend more time on these, but just some high-level items to be aware of. A couple of those rules impact your IDX websites. So any displays that you have currently, for example, whether it's a mobile device, a website, any other IDX use, there's a change there where you'll be required to now display, in addition to broker attribution, you'll have to give contact information, whether it's a phone number or email, whichever the listing broker decides to display, that they want displayed on their listing for attribution, that will need to be included. So we'll facilitate that by including that information in the data feed that's going out for IDX, but you'll just need to ensure that your tools, your systems are actually displaying it. We'll also be in communication with the vendors. Many of you may be using the same vendors or similar vendors, so we'll also be in communication with them to help minimize the amount of involvement that you'll need to have there, but you do want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on that as well. Display of compensation is another one of those items on your displays. This is something that came out of the Department of Justice, the initial consent decree that was being negotiated with NAR. As you know, DOJ pulled back, but NAR still implemented a number of rules related to that DOJ settlement agreement, or the proposed settlement agreement. Display compensation. We're required as an MLS to display compensation on our public website, but it is included in the data feed so that you have, at your option, you can also include it as part of your display. Again, increasing consumer transparency, making sure that you're explaining and having those discussions with consumers about compensation, how that works on the buy side, who's responsible for what, it's fully negotiable, et cetera. So you'll see some of those changes as well. Like I said, there's a number of other policy changes and rule changes that are coming down the road. Won't take up too much more time on that, but we'll make sure that we over-communicate and give you an opportunity as well to engage in dialogue with us. So with that, thank you so much. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Brian and Rene. We appreciate you being here and sharing us that information. So each RAYAC president through the years has had to deal with their own unique set of circumstances and left their own personal touch on the association. And at this time, I'd like to recognize all of our past presidents of the association. So would anyone who was a president of the Hanover Adams Board of Realtors, the York County Board of Realtors, or RAYAC, please stand to be recognized. I know there's a bunch of you in the room. To all of them, their leadership has helped us grow and has made us a better, stronger organization, and to each of them we owe a debt of gratitude. Tina Llorente's presidency was no exception, and under her leadership, RAYAC continued to navigate all of the challenges that continued to plague us with COVID-19. The first 5 meetings of the RAYAC Board of Directors were all held virtually this year via Zoom. We updated a gazillion bylaws this past October at the annual RAYAC meeting to bring RAYAC into the 21st century. We established a DEI committee, and we developed a brand new strategic plan that we're launching this month. So under her leadership, we've grown tremendously as an organization. Her humor, her guidance, the way she was extremely flexible, and everything that was coming forward for our organization was so important to this past year in 2021, because if anything, we all had to have a little bit of humor and a little bit of flexibility to get through this past year. Unfortunately, Tina was not able to join us tonight, but she has pre-recorded a message for all of us that we'd like to share with you at this time.
Good evening, RAYAC members, affiliates, and guests. I began my installation remarks a year ago with the words of the Impressionist painter Auguste Rodin. Nothing is a waste of time if you use the experience wisely. Well, let me tell you, this past year has been an amazing experience and far from a waste of time. I have been honored to serve as your 2021 president at local, state, and national events. It has been an inspirational and educational experience. We have a well-respected, well-run organization with fabulous members and staff who made me shine each step of the way. I want to thank the 2021 Board of Directors, committee chairs, and committee volunteers for their patience and persistence this year as things ebbed and flowed around COVID. The time and professionalism they brought to each and every meeting and event was unparalleled. I would also like to thank the numerous event attendees for their commitment to support RAYAC at the events we were able to hold this year. Our golf outing, food truck event, happy hour at the Outdoor Country Club, cornhole tournament, loading food at the food bank, and collecting items for the less fortunate for the hands-on helpers made an impact on our local communities as well as allowed us to have some much-needed fun. I'd like to give a shout out to all of those brokers and affiliates whose perspective and time are valued and necessary at RAYAC. Without them, we would flounder. Whether you are in property management, residential, commercial real estate, or appraisers, we are all Realtor members. In 2021, we experienced another year of low inventory, super low interest rates, and of course, the continuation of the pandemic. Yet, not only did we persevere, we flourished. As you will hear from Shauna, the numbers are staggering. Finally, I want to express my gratitude to the staff. You guys rock. Shauna, you made my year fly by. Your patience, preparedness, and humor got me through some rough times when Zoom and Robert's Rules made me crazy. Elle, I know you will do a better job of that than I did. I wish each of you a prosperous 2022, full of health and success. I wish Elle, the new board, and the new committee chairs the best year ever. Congratulations. I leave you with the words of Robert Louis Stevenson. If a man loves the labors of his trade, apart from any question of success or fame, the gods have called him. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
And don't worry, I'm sure Tina right now is sitting on a beach drinking that bottle of wine we gave her and that Simon Sinek book. So she's having a good time and she's well-deserved some time off. Now we are so pleased to have with us a few guests from the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors, and I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge them. We have Jody Diego, who serves as the District Vice President for the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors that covers York and Adams counties, Lancaster, and the Greater Harrisburg Association of Realtors. We have the CEO of PAR, Mike McGee, who has joined us this evening as well. And tonight, who is going to be sharing a few words with us and installing our officers and directors, is PAR 2022 President Chris Speedling. Chris has been a Realtor member for 19 years. He is the past president of his local association, the Bucks County Association of Realtors, and has served as the chair of the Suburban Realtors Alliance in 2015. He is the vice president and broker of record for Quinn & Wilson, Inc., Realtors in Montgomery County. Chris is a licensed continuing education instructor and an NAR ethics instructor. He is the very first Pennsylvania Realtor to graduate from the National Association of Realtors National Leadership Academy. He holds a master's degree from LaSalle University and a bachelor's degree from Bloomsburg University, where he served as the president of the Alumni Association. He lives in Doylestown with his 15-year-old daughter, and we are so glad to have him here tonight. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you, Shauna, and I have to tell you all, it's a little inside baseball right now, but I am thrilled that I am third in line tonight. Usually, when the PAR president gets invited to speak, I end up first at the dais. They say stretch as long as you can. The good news is I've already heard quotes from Stevenson, I've already heard NAR policy, so I can be fairly quick and to the point tonight. And since it's only the 20th of January in my year as the president, I'm really taking this opportunity, first of all, to extend greetings from the leadership team and talk a little bit about the successes that we had in the year 2021 while we get ready for the successes that will be 2022. So when we look at 2021, much like Shauna's been talking about, it certainly was a crazy year for us in the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors as well. But we were able to take advantage of the opportunities that were presented to us and make your business even better. The first of those opportunities that we were able to grasp centered around zip forms. So quick show of hands, how many of you use zip forms in your business on a regular basis? Okay, so if you look at that number across the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, that is 81% of our membership. And we found out through the NAR budgeting process that the National Association of Realtors had made the decision that zip form was no longer going to be offered as a member benefit. So we looked at an opportunity for us to support 81% of our members. Now on top of that 81%, 90% of those folks, so again, without getting too deep into the math, 90% of 81% were using zip form on at least a weekly basis. So this was part of the critical path that our members had to do business. Well, the board of directors at our meeting in September recognized the opportunity that we had to support our members' business, and for the next year and for the years beyond, zip form will continue to become a member benefit courtesy of PAR. So for those of you that are using zip form now, you can know that that member benefit will continue. Those of you who may be using other products and have considered the move to zip form, you can do that with the understanding that that will be covered for you. So that was one thing that we were really pleased to be able to do. On the legislative arena, we did have some great wins at the tail end of 2021. And if you've paid attention to politics at any level, to have the sentence have the words win and legislative in it, they're very few and far between. But we are pleased with the things that we were able to accomplish for all of you in 2021. First and foremost of those is Senate Bill 523. And what Senate Bill 523 is, it created legislation regarding private roadway maintenance agreements. Now, I'm from Bucks County, and in Bucks County there's not a lot of issues with regard to private roadway maintenance. However, I was in Lycoming County this morning where a realtor at my table was telling me that he's already had 2 transactions that were able to close in the last 6 months because of this legislation that the governor signed into effect in October. And essentially what it does for those people who live on a private roadway who can't come to an agreement as to who's responsible for taking care of that roadway, there is now default language that is law that says that everyone has to share if they can't agree. It's legislation that PAR backed. Thank you. When this guy told me today that he already had 2 closings because of this legislation, that's what we like to do. That's what our job is. So that passed in October. It's been signed into law. It's now Act 75. Related to that, another piece of legislation that, well, I'll knock on wood, it hasn't crossed the finish line just yet. We're very optimistic we'll cross soon, is House Bill 1849, which was introduced by our dear friend and past PAR President, Representative Todd Polenshock. Again, another show of hands, if during COVID you took continuing education at any point across a Zoom screen, right? So you may or may not know this, but that ability for us to take CE by Zoom was only granted because of the governor's executive order, his emergency declaration. That was supposed to expire in September and was pushed to March 31st. Well, you all know that the renewal cycle doesn't actually end until May. What we're looking for with 1849 is a perpetual continuation, so forever use, of virtual continuing ed. And I know for a fact that RAYAC has a great real estate school who has taken full advantage of the ability to offer classes virtually. This legislation is what will help you guys continue to get your education in the way you want going forward, and we're hopeful that that will cross the finish line very soon. Senate Bill 157, and this is not a bingo game. I'm sorry I keep yelling all these numbers at you. Senate Bill 157, which will create first-time homebuyer savings accounts for residents around the Commonwealth. We certainly see, as prices increased 14% in the Commonwealth year over year, that the ability for first-time homebuyers to save their deposit money is becoming more and more challenging. What this legislation does is it allows first-time homebuyers to start putting money aside tax-free until the time comes that they can buy their first home. Not only can they do it, but people related and around them can do that as well. So mom and dad, grandma and grandpa can start putting that money that will assist those first-time homebuyers. And while that's great for them, the bigger benefit is the economic impact that it has in those communities where those first-time homebuyers are able to buy. So that bill has cleared the Senate. It's in the House. We're very optimistic that the House will see the value in this and will send it to the governor sometime soon, and then we will be able to give you more information to share with your customers and consumers on how they can take advantage of this opportunity. One last piece of legislation that I'll tell you about is Bill 347, and that would be the one to create 1031 tax-free exchanges here in the Commonwealth. As you've probably heard from Heather at one point or another, the federal government recognizes the 1031 exchange. 49 states in this nation recognize the 1031 exchange. For some reason, here we are in Pennsylvania standing alone, not recognizing the value of a 1031 exchange. We continue to press the legislature to recognize the 1031 and give our investors and our commercial clients the benefit that comes from being able to do those transactions. We will continue to push that piece of legislation, and while we're not entirely certain how that'll go in this particular year, after all, it's an election year, you know that things don't move as quickly in election years, we're hopeful that we can continue pushing that ball forward, even if it's not in this year, in the years beyond that. So, a lot of great legislative successes for PAR in the last year that we're looking to carry forward. A couple other things, and then I'll be finished. If you are involved with the PAR Board of Directors or you pay attention to our business meetings, we also, much like RAYAC, have a strategic plan that we're about to adopt at our set of meetings in January. We're really excited about the 3-year plan that we've laid out for your state association to help you be more profitable and help to protect property rights. Some of the big highlights in there is a better working relationship with BPOA, which is the Bureau of Professional and Occupational Affairs. Those are the folks that control our real estate licenses and the renewals. If you recall, renewal process 2020, it was pretty disastrous at best, and it's our goal to work with the BPOA folks to help them in any way we can to make your renewal experience better. On top of that, the strategic plan also looks at the gubernatorial election. 2022 is a governor's race. We learned the hard way in 2020 that being friends with the governor is important to us. Everybody remembers those 2 months sitting at home, right? So our strategic plan questions whether our state association needs to take a deeper dive into gubernatorial politics, and we'll be taking a look more at that as time goes along. So, with all of that, as I said, I don't have to stretch tonight, so I'll just finish up by saying this. One of the things that makes this association great is the input from all of you. Over the course of the last 1.5 years, we've worked really hard to create what we're calling micro engagement opportunities. We want your input, but we know that you don't want to serve in a committee that meets 3 times a week for 6 hours a day. We want your opinion, even if it means we get you to jump on a Zoom call for an 1.5 hours. We want your input into how to run this association best. So be on the lookout from communications from your state association and let us know the ways that we can help you. Because at the end of the day, I'm a realtor, you're realtors, we all want to do what's best for the real estate industry. So thank you for having me here. Thank you all for everything you do for our association. And now let's get to the part that's really important. Let's install some people. All right, so here comes the reading part. Forgive me. It is now my honor to introduce to you your 2022 officers and directors. When I call your name, please come to the front of the stage. Melinda Eppolito. Teresa Forbes. Alicia Hayes. Martin Heaps. Al Russin. Simon Overmiller. Jason Phillips. Brad Schaefer. Tony White. Past President Tina, she's not here, but Secretary Nathan Crotzer, Treasurer Ed Bender, Vice President Reed Weinbaum, and President L. Hale. All right, do we have everybody? You come over this side if there's not enough room.
Good?
All right. You are about to assume a role that will no longer classify you as a private citizen, but public servant. You are now identified as officers and directors of your association, committed to the best interests of the public and to the welfare of your members. As new officers and directors, you are now entering a new adventure in camaraderie friendship that only comes through service, cooperation, and sharing with each other. The secret of living is the art of giving. And so to you this year comes the privilege of giving and learning that lasting happiness comes through the investment of your time and your unselfish interest in the lives of others. Will you please raise your right hand? That's this one. Yeah, that's exactly right. All right. Do you solemnly and sincerely swear that you will administer the office to which you have been elected to the best of your ability and judgment in conformity with the bylaws of the Realtors Association of York and Adams Counties and the Constitution of the state and national associations, that you will adhere to and enforce the Realtor Code of Ethics, that you will uphold and enforce the provisions of the Pennsylvania licensing law and the rules and regulations of the State Real Estate Commission, that you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of our Commonwealth, the high purposes of this association, and the welfare of its membership. Do you so subscribe? If so, say, I do.
I do.
You may now lower your hands. I do hereby proclaim each of you as duly elected and officially installed into the office to which you have been elected in the Realtors Association of York and Adams County. Madam President, the stage is yours.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. I know we usually do this as a breakfast event, and I wanted to do something a little different to make sure that my husband would be able to attend and my dad and sister. So thank you all for being here this evening. I am honored and proud to be the first Black woman president of the Realtors Association of York and Adams County. Thank you. And even though I am the first, I know I will not be the last. In 2016, Tony Thomas, who was our first Black president, paved the way for me to see that I could pursue a leadership position in RAYAC in my experience, if I wanted to. Representation matters, and our members should always be able to see themselves in our leadership, know that they are seen and heard, and that they will be supported. Our community members should also be able to see themselves amongst our members. Now, this year will be one of change, exploration, and advancement, because to remain stagnant means to become obsolete. And we want to remain one of the forerunners for the real estate industry, which I believe we already are. It's in our mission statement, so we have a duty to follow through on what we say we're going to do. I'd like to ask you to focus on our actions and not our words. Words can be misconstrued, misunderstood, and sometimes ignored, but actions are definitive and can make a serious impact. With that said, your support and grace are appreciated as I move into this new area of leadership. I'd like to thank my family for being here and always being a constant support in my real estate career. My husband, Tom, my daughter, Bella, my sister, Nundi, and my dad, Henry, who are all here. For those of you who know me, you know how much I love to volunteer. But what you may not know is that my husband and daughter are usually voluntold. So whenever I go to do something, I'll say, hey, guess what we're doing today? They may fight with me a little bit, but they usually enjoy the experience and can't wait to do the next thing. So Sissy and Dad, you're on notice. I'd also like to thank the fabulous people at the Pennsylvania State of Realtors, CEO Mike McGee, 2022 President Chris Beedling, and our District Vice President Jody Diego. Your advice, counsel, and support means everything to me, and I really do appreciate you all being here. I've learned a lot at PAR, and your influence will carefully guide our state into the future for the betterment of all of our members. In conclusion, the board of directors here at RAYAC knows its charge is prepared to follow the strategic plan and do what is best for our association. Thank you to all of our RAYAC volunteers, committee members, staff. We couldn't do what we do without you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the 2022 RAYAC Foundation President, Cheryl Yerger.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cheryl Yerger. I'm the 2022 RAYAC Foundation President, and I wanted to share the positive impact that the RAYAC Foundation has had on our community in 2021, despite a continuing worldwide pandemic. But before I do that, I would like to take a minute and thank the 2021 RAYAC Foundation board members for all of their service. So if you're in the room, and I know some of you are, please stand as I call your name. The 2021 Foundation President, Selena Robinson. Sam Miller. Deborah Smith. Brenda Riddle. Miss Pat Carey. Roberto Berlingo. And Lisa Warner Vaught. Thank you. They were a very hardworking group of individuals that managed to get a lot done with a lot of limitations. So, having said that, the foundation last year had to cancel a lot of the events due to COVID. They were still able to host the golf outing last year, which managed to raise over $17,000. So that's pretty good in a COVID world. So thanks to that and all of the generosity of our members, the foundation was able to award $21,000 to 11 housing-related charities throughout York and Adams County. The foundation awarded funds to the Bridge of Hope to assist with their rental and home ownership program, Children's Aid Society to assist with making improvements to their crisis nursery, Crispus Addicts to assist with updating residential housing for low-income families, Hoffman Homes for Youth to assist with their transitional housing program, House of Hope to assist with painting supplies for their school, Margaret E. Mole to help purchase an under-counter ice machine, Miss Bobby's Place to assist with their homeless shelter, New Hope Ministries to assist with their housing program, Servants to assist with their Home Helps Ministry program, the YWCA in Hanover to assist with their Safe Home, and YWCA in York to assist with their Women's Emergency Shelter. So these organizations do an incredible amount of work, and we're so proud to be part of a foundation that knows their importance and has helped to support their mission. So, if any of these organizations are in attendance this evening, I would ask that you please come up to the front to be recognized, and we'd like to take a really quick picture if that's okay. 2022 will continue to be a challenging fundraising year as well, but we are very hopeful and positive that we'll be able to host all of our fundraising events this year. We have a lot of good things coming up. The 80s night will kick off our first event of the year, and that's going to take place Saturday, April 23rd. So mark your calendars now, and you can dress for that in the 80s style if you'd like. Big hair's good. Stay tuned for upcoming details about the golf outing, the bowl-a-thon, the designer bag bingo, and other additional things. As always, we thank you for your support. The RAYAC Foundation would not be able to do what it does without the support of our wonderful members. Thank you.
We'd now like to bring to the stage our 2022 Political Affairs Committee Co-Chairperson, Mr. Kim Moyer.
Good evening. Thank you all for attending, and congratulations, Al, as new president and the new board. You did a wonderful job. I like the evening things. The only thing is we should have an open bar over here and serve liquor. Hopefully I can say that, all right? No. Appreciate it. I am here tonight to say thank you for your investment in Rpac for 2021. With your generous support, you helped us raise $33,371 for Rpac. That's over goal, and I want to give you a big thank you. PRA President Chris said a lot of nice things about the legislative things that's happening out there, so I hope you listen to that, because it's always, as I say every time I'm up here, a continuing fight, trying to help out our Realtor class and more importantly as well, as just our industry and our homeowners, really. We're here to help us all out, and I think we do a wonderful job with that. Over 30% of RAYAC members invested in Rpac in 2021. The next number I'm very proud of is 109 members invested $99 or more to Rpac. This shows true leadership and commitment from these members on the importance of Rpac to the real estate industry. I would like for everyone please to stand up who contributed $99 or more and be recognized at this moment. Please stand up. Thank you again for that. I know Al will be on, I'm sure all the board of directors will be in that club anyway, but if not, I'm sure Al, you'll be on them, right? That's right. Rpac has elevated the Realtor brand by giving property owners a voice. Our success in 2021 will be vital as we go into the 2022 election season. You know, this election stuff kind of happens over and over. Unfortunately, sometimes we get tired of it, but it's ongoing, and we need to continue to donate and support the Realtor-friendly candidates. We have a lot of state and federal positions that are crucial to our industry, and I'm sure as many years you have done, you'll continue to support, and we'll continue getting our elected officials in there that will help our industry, hopefully. Now, my biggest honor of tonight is to announce the winners of our Rpac Office Challenge. You'll probably all recall that we break it down into 4 categories: small offices, which are 1 to 4 members, medium offices 5 to 14 members, the large office is 15 to 34 members, and then the extra large offices are 35 plus members. Offices in each category were in competition with one another to collect the highest per capita contribution to Rpac. We will be presenting awards to the top 3 offices in each category. Are we having them come up for pictures, Sean, or not? No. Okay. So what they're going to do tonight, we'll put the winners up on the screen. We handed out the awards when the companies came in. And I say about donations and contributions, but it's really an investment. Yeah, it's an investment in our business. I can't thank you enough for that investment, and we really need to continue doing that. So are we going to have them stand right now, though? Sean, do you want to? At their seat as I announce them? Okay. So you're going to stand up, please, when I announce your names if you're here. Small office, second place is Brown Appraisers. Thank you, Steve. And first place was Jim Warfield, collected a total of $500 for his office. Medium offices, third place, Inch and Company Property Management. Anyone here from Inch and Company Real Estate, I expect you in here next year, okay? Just to throw that out there. Second place, Remace Ltd. Thank you. And first place goes to Sites Realty, $57 per capita, total of $399. Really. Thank you. Large offices, third place, Howard Hanna Shrewsbury office. Second place, Century 21 Dale Realty York office. And first place, Berkshire Hathaway Cinema Drive office, $120 per capita, total $2,894. Next is our extra large offices. Third place, Remax Patriots. Second place, Berkshire Hathaway East York office. And first place was Berkshire Hathaway West York office, $46 per capita, $2,614. So once again, if we could, as important as this is, if we could please just have a big round of applause for all the office winners. Thanks again, and now my privilege to bring to the stage past President Heather Creed.
Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. Thanks for coming. Congratulations, Elle. Congratulations to the new board of directors. Very excited to see what you guys got going on this year. I am here as the immediate past president of RAYAC because I had the privilege to chair the Leadership Development Committee in 2021. And the goal of our Leadership Development Committee is to have association leaders that are well-informed representatives of the members they serve. In achieving that goal, RAYAC has established a scholarship program to send one Realtor member to both Leadership York and Leadership Hanover. These two programs cultivate the participants' leadership skills over the year, as well as becoming more informed and engaged citizens of their respective communities. The scholarships were awarded in the fall of 2021, and the participants are already halfway through their program. I have the pleasure of announcing this year's Leadership York Scholarship recipient as Carmen Banzenka. And this year's Leadership Hanover Scholarship recipient is Cynthia Forey. Neither of them are here to join us tonight, but we definitely want to extend a congratulations to both of them. We're very excited for them. All right. So in addition to our Leadership York and Leadership Hanover scholarships, I'm also honored to present the Steve Snell Educational Excellence Scholarship. Steve Snell served as the Association Executive of the Realtors Association of York and Adams Counties from 1985 to 2015. During his 30 years of service, Steve was known for his dedication to Realtor professionalism, leadership, and education. He continues to promote the value of importance of education through the Steve Snell Educational Excellence Scholarship, which awards $500 annually to a RAYAC member to use for designation or broker courses. First, I am pleased to say that Steve has joined us. So Steve, if you want to come up here and help me present this, that would be awesome. It's so good to see you. That's so good to see you. So the recipient of this year's scholarship is somebody that I have had the pleasure of working with over the many years here at RAYAC, and someone that I look up to in the real estate industry. I am pleased to announce that this year's Steve Snell Educational Excellence Scholarship recipient is Patricia Carey, who is working on getting her broker's license.
Steve and I go a long way back, and so I was so excited to see him here tonight thinking, okay, I think I got the scholarship. I've been a realtor for 41 years, and I was just about through my broker classes except for one class. And I had the misfortune of having a divorce. So thanks to that, I didn't complete it. And I said to Shauna, I don't know, a year ago, and I said, I think just as a matter of pride, I need to get my brokers. So thank you, Steve, for getting me on my way.
And now I will ask El Hale to come to stage.
I now have the distinct honor of recognizing our members who have achieved 25 years as a Realtor. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the average length someone stays in a job is 4.6 years. These individuals have really bucked that trend, so kudos to them. Here's a fun fact. When these individuals became a RAYAC member in 1996, I was still in high school, the median home sale price in York County was $108,679, and today it's $224,900. An appropriate gift for a 25-year anniversary would be silver. But these members receive something even more valuable than silver, the Realtor R 25-year pin. As I read their names, they will be recognized on the screen. For any of the members who are in attendance with us today, please come forward to receive your pin. First up is Eric Axe, Susan Becker, Suzanne Christensen, Melinda Eppolito, James Grimm, James Powers, Vern Raffensperger, Debbie Rogers, James Schreiner, Greg Smith, Sheila Smith, Mindy Vance Bauman, and Cindy Yanishonis. Melinda's all alone.
Wow, we the only one.
How about that? Congratulations.
Thank you.
This year, we also have the good fortune to recognize 3 members with Realtor Emeritus at the local level. Let's take a stroll down memory lane to the year 1981, and I'm not going to tell you where I was then. In January, Governor Ronald Reagan of California was sworn in as President of the United States. 750 million people worldwide tuned in to watch Lady Diana Spencer marry Charles, Prince of Wales. Sandra Day O'Connor became the first woman sworn into the U.S. Supreme Court. Raiders of the Lost Ark was released and introducing the world to Indiana Jones, quickly becoming the highest grossing film of all time. Now, in 1981, the interest rate was 16.63%. I bet when these Realtor Emeritus members were first getting started, they never could have imagined 40 years later, they would see interest rate drop below 3% for a 30-year mortgage. We have 4 members who have received local Realtor Emeritus status. To achieve local Realtor Emeritus status, you need to have achieved 40 consecutive years as a member of RAYAC with at least 1 year of service on a RAYAC committee. In recognition of this achievement, these Realtor Emeritus members will no longer pay Realtor dues, or RAYAC dues, sorry, RAYAC dues. Don't misquote me on that one. As I read their names, they will be recognized on the screen, and if any of these members are with us today, please join me on the stage. So first is Bob Beller. George Herman. Bob Stambaugh. I know Bob's here. And Patricia Lawman. Done. Today, we also wanted to take a moment to commemorate another milestone. This is a milestone we do not get to celebrate every year, but we are fortunate enough to have 2 members enter into the 50-year club. 50 years is really an extraordinary achievement. To put that into perspective, the York County Board of Realtors was founded in 1923, and we are celebrating 99 years of realtors in York County. These individuals have been a member for more than half the years the association has been in existence. I would like to first acknowledge those who reached that mark a few years ago. Our longest serving member who joined the association in 1965 is Rick Smith. Is he here? Charlie Smith joined the association in 1968. Andy Collins, Bob Estill, and Patrick Stambaugh all joined the association in 1969, and Jim Warfield joined in 1970. So tonight, we welcome our 7th and 8th members to the club as they joined the association in 1971. Please join me in honoring Phyllis Chandler and Jay Matthews for 50 years of membership. And it doesn't look like they're here, so no picture for them. Please join me in welcoming RAYAC Secretary Nathan Crotzer to the stage.
I'm not Nathan Crotzer. But as I said, in 2021 and now in 2022, we're anything but flexible in this COVID era because you never know who's going to be able to show up when. So, pinch hitting tonight for Nathan Crotzer. I'm honored to present the award for the RAYAC YPN Award. In 2017, RAYAC established the Young Professional of the Year Award, recognizing an outstanding young realtor who is a well-rounded member of the community and actively engaged in RAYAC activities. The recipient must be a member of RAYAC who is aged 40 or under. Nathan was privileged to receive this award last year, and he's excited to present the award to this year's recipient. This individual has been a member of RAYAC for 5 years and has served on the RAYAC YPN Committee, the Community Relations Committee, the Bylaws Review Task Force, and he is currently serving on the RAYAC Board of Directors. Outside of his RAYAC activities, he has proudly served York County through his work with the area delinquent youth. He's an accomplished musician, a home viewer, a youth soccer coach, and a proud husband and father. Unfortunately, he could not also join us, so another last-minute cancellation. But this year's recipient of the RAYAC YPN Award is Mr. Simon Overmiller. So congratulations to Simon. And I am honored to introduce our next presenter, our 2009 past president, Ms. Patricia Carey.
It is my great honor to present this as a past recipient of this honor. As realtors, we all know that we just don't sell homes, we sell the community. I'm proud to be a part of the RAYAC organization that gives back to our community in a big way each and every year. We have many realtor members who are actively engaging in volunteer service to our community in some way to make York and Adams counties a great place to live, work, play, and learn. I have the distinct honor today to present the 2021 Community Service Award. This award is based on the outstanding contributions of a realtor to his or her local community, as well as being an active member of the Realtors Association of York and Adams County. I believe this year's recipient is very deserving of this recognition. Here are some of the highlights of their service to the community and to RAYAC. They have been a member for 42 years, an active member of RAYAC. He has served the association in a number of ways. This individual has served on the RAYAC Board of Directors from 2015 to 2017, and also past service on Membership Communication Committee, the MLS Committee, and the Education Committee. Most of you know him as Mr. Rpac, serving on the Political Affairs Committee for over 20 years, and currently serving as the co-chair with me. But even greater than his passion for politics is his commitment to giving back to our community. When we look at his long list of community engagement, there are two areas he is focused on. First is assisting those with disabilities so that they can live, work, and play in our community. He was actively engaged with Easter Seals for 23 years. He has been a board of directors and chairman for the Shadowfax Corporation since 1995. If you don't know, Shadowfax is a nonprofit human services agency that supports individuals with disabilities in obtaining housing, employment, and life skills training. His second focus has been on improving the education opportunities for youth in our community. He was a charter member of the Red Lion Area High School Education Foundation in 1998 and continues to serve on the foundation. Served on the York College Collegiate Council and donated funds for several rooms at the college. He has been a spokesperson for Junior Achievement and Red Lion Career Day for a combined 15 years. He served on the Startup and Fundraising Committee for Windsor Township Community Playground, with some assistance with Cindy. If that was not enough, he went above and beyond in his civic responsibility, serving as a volunteer with the Red Lion Ambulance Service for 21 years. And all of this are just the highlights of his service to our industry and community, with not enough time to name everything on his extensive list. It is my great honor to present the 2021 Community Service Award to Kim Moyer. In addition to this award, he was given the opportunity to make a donation to the Red Lions Club in his honor.
Okay. Well, thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate it. You've heard it many times over the years, is if you give back to the community will give back to you. And certainly that has been my case, and I'm sure your case as well. All of you that are here tonight, I know are very dedicated to the Realtors Association, and I know you give back a lot to the community. We need to kind of be advocates to our peers and our fellow realtors to talk to them about giving back. You know, we all get busy with our lives, especially I see young people today with the kids. I was talking to someone tonight, they said their granddaughter, I think it was, is already into doing this and doing that and doing this, and you know, and many times we're not able to be here because our kids are certainly important to us, but we just need to find a little bit additional time that if we can give back to our community and to our organization, I think you'll find how rewarding that is as well. And as Elle said, her child is here and volunteers with her, and many times that's a great way for us to show our children, our grandchildren, how we help others in the community and we give back. And the more you give back, the more we'll receive, and our industry will be better for it. So, thank you.
It's now my pleasure to bring to the stage our 2020 Affiliate Appreciation Award winner and our RAYAC solicitor, Mr. Peter Ruth.
Thank you, Shauna. Only 3 more left, guys, all right? If you're counting along in the program, so we're almost there. Before I get started in presenting the Affiliate Appreciation Award, I just want to thank specifically the staff, Maria, Jacqueline, and Doug, and Shauna. You guys do a tremendous job. Everything goes off without a hitch. There's never an issue. Thank you so much. You make it very easy. So RAYAC is proud to have 105 affiliate companies, if you can believe that. And all of those affiliate companies give a lot of their time, talent, and effort to make this association as successful as it is. To all of those affiliates, we extend a very heartfelt thank you tonight and each and every day of the year. Each year we recognize one company or individual with the Affiliate Appreciation Award, and as Shauna said, Stock and Leader was very privileged to receive that and honored to receive that award in 2020. 2020 was quite a year. 2021 shaping up to be, you know, that was the same, and 2022 I think is gonna, you know, surprise us all. But especially in the real estate industry, it was a year, I think, where we had to rely on each other, and we had to rely on not just the agents but the affiliates as well. So the award is given to an affiliate member of the Realtors Association of York and Adams County who has shown great enthusiasm and leadership. The award recipient is an individual or company that has gone above and beyond the normal role as that affiliate member. And in that role, they will support and promote the real estate industry and the realtor membership of this amazing association. So this year's award recipient has been an affiliate member of RAYAC for only 2.5 years. So while that may seem like a very short time, the impact that that affiliate member has made and provided to our association, the membership, and the consumers really that we all serve at the end of the day has been substantial. Their employees have been active volunteers with the association, serving on the program social committee, the YPN committee, the Spring Fling committee, and affiliate committees. A financial supporter of the RAYAC Foundation, for 2 years in a row, they have also been our annual meeting speaker sponsor, and last year they sponsored our first ever food truck event. It's now my great honor and privilege, and I will welcome you in joining the Affiliate Appreciation Award winner this year, McLean Mortgage. I believe accepting in abstention will be Shauna on their behalf. So.
Flexible, another last-minute cancellation, so
Congratulations to McLean. Yep, wonderful. Another round of applause. And I now have the pleasure of bringing back your past president, Ms. Heather Krieger, Madam Past President.
Okay. So I have the distinct pleasure of presenting this year, or the last year's 2021 Realtor of the Year Award. I received this award for 2020 and consider it to be one of the greatest honors of my professional career. This award is given annually to a realtor who has made outstanding contributions to the industry through involvement at the Realtors Association of York and Adams counties, and expended efforts to enhance the interests of their fellow realtors, their profession, and the real estate community at large. I am honored to be presenting the award to this year's recipient, as this is someone I have known for the bulk of my career. I have enjoyed working with this person on committees and the board and value their insights as a professional. This year's recipient has extensive involvement at RAYAC. They have been a member since 1996. Her committee service to RAYAC is lengthy, with 10 years of service on the MLS committee, multiple years of service on the Hands-on Helper committee, Bylaws Task Force, Spring Fling, and Community Service Committee. She served on the board of directors in 2012 to 2014 and was re-elected to serve for a second time in 2020. And she served as RAYAC secretary in 2020 and 2021. Throughout her service to RAYAC, she has been a constant voice to ensure that the needs of our appraiser members are being met. And if you don't know who I'm talking about yet, I will give you one more hint. She loves big, fluffy dogs. I can't think of anyone who is more deserving than this award, or of this award. It is my honor to announce that the 2021 Realtor of the Year is my friend, Melinda Eppolito. Do you want to say something?
Thank you. I do want to say I'm very proud and happy to be a member of this association for as long as I have been. I did the Leadership York training years ago, which I tout all the time, but that helped me to get on the board here and other committees outside of RAYAC and give back and things, even with my son who's here tonight, with his high school hockey team, president of that, this and that. But I tell you, RAYAC, especially with the community outreach committees, the hands-on helper, things like that, that Selena does, it's just amazing. And that's what we're all here for. So I really, really appreciate this and very shocked. Thank you.
So I know I'm supposed to bring Steve Brown up to the stage. You're just gonna have to wait for one more second. So I would like to confiscate the mic for a few more minutes because we want to present something something else special. So if any of the members of the Leadership Development Committee are here, could you please join me on stage? Thank you.
We're all resigning.
So this, in my opinion, is probably one of the best events of the year because we get to celebrate with our colleagues the wins of the previous year and all of the individuals who have made substantial contributions to RAYAC. At the end of the year, the Leadership Development Committee gets together and discusses all the awards and their scholarship recipients, and we look forward to this event and presenting those awards. However, this year, we decided that we want to recognize another person by presenting them with a special award. So, over the years, all of us have witnessed true dedication, passion, and leadership from our CEO, Shauna Taroso. And since taking on that role, she has had to face multiple major challenges that have changed the inner workings and the dynamics of the association. From the start of MAPS, or what is now known as BRIGHT, to implementing a new MLS system and dealing with a global pandemic that completely changed how we do business, Shauna has seen her fair share of shit over the last few years. The number of hours and the amount of effort she has put in during these times to make sure that us as members were informed and able to make good decisions, holding meetings, special meetings, town hall meetings, Zoom meetings, working and partnering with our neighboring associations, facing down the loss of MLS revenue, dealing with local legislative issues, and so much more. It is so plainly obvious that she cares and puts her whole heart into this association. Shauna is always on top of everything, from member relations to legislation that affects us as realtors and the community at large. She is always well-spoken, knowledgeable, trustworthy, and she is a real rock star. She is passionate about making all of us better realtors and making sure we are armed with the tools and resources we need to do our jobs to the best of our abilities. The Leadership Development Committee wanted to recognize Shauna with a special plaque. So Shauna, please join us on stage. So we are awarding you with this plaque as a thank you for all of your services and contributions to the association. Everybody, this woman is awesome. Give her another round of applause.
I don't know what to say. I guess we're still being flexible because I did not know about this at all. But this is completely shocking. I'm so touched. It has been a crazy past 7 years. I've been with the association. In July, it'll be 17 years. I did start when I was 12, in case anybody was wondering. But yes, it was 12. Been the CEO. Well, it'll be 7 years in July. I learned so much from this amazing guy who's sitting right back there. 30 years of service to this association. He's my mentor, my good friend, a second father in many ways, and someone I still reach out to. But I come back every single day because of all of you sitting in the room. And even through all the challenges and all of the craziness and the days when I question, why am I still here? It's because of you. It's because of you and what you do for this industry and how you give back to our community and how passionately you serve your consumers and make York and Adams County a great place to live, work, and play. I love you all. Thank you. And the man who needs no introduction, Steve Brown.
Wow, that's the first time I think I've ever seen Shauna this emotional, and that's fantastic. It really is. You know, quick story before we get to this other little thing. I was on the committee that helped to find our new CEO, and 6 months in, we hire her. Guess what? We're going to abandon our MLS. And I'm like, oh, dear God, she's going to quit, and here she is. And let me tell you what, we do have a true rock star in Shauna, and she is the best. I've worked side by side with her, and she is, I bow down to her. So, why am I here? Occasionally we give out an award called the Distinguished Service Membership Award. We have a new name for it. I didn't tell you this yet. It's called the Blindside Award. Just like you were blindsided, we're going to blindside somebody here tonight with this award. I want to read to you, in the past 99 years, we've had 10 members that have received this award. They are Phil Epley, Bob Yost, Sterling Klein, Joe Morgan, Andy Collins, Deb Lowry, Nancy Fox, Bob Aldinger, Mary McCleary, and in 2017, I received this award. And I call it the Blindside Award because I didn't see it coming. And I hope tonight the person that's going to get this is not going to see it coming either. So what does it take to get the Blindside Award? I mean, Distinguished Service Award. Active membership, continuous membership in the association for a minimum of 20 years, at least 2 full years of service on our board of directors is what it takes. And unanimous vote by our board of directors to receive this award. The good part is this person will no longer pay local dues once they receive this. So the million-dollar question is, who is it? They have been a member of our association for more than 40 years, but less than 50. So that weeds a whole lot of us out, including myself. I can't get it. They are a past president. They have served on numerous committees. They have chaired the MLS committee for more than 10 years. That's just at RAYAC. Additionally, they have served at PAR. They were a district vice president, and they were also Rpac trustee. Got some hints yet? This person is by far one of the nicest people on the face of this earth. Additionally, I got to know this person, and they have never had a bad day, ever. They always have time for you, they always make time for you, and they are so giving. One other thing, they have a heart, because they were born on Valentine's Day. This person is wearing out the stage tonight. It is my distinct honor, and I mean honor, to award this to a dear friend of mine, Pat Carey. You will give a speech.
Oh my heart is palpitating. Oh, I love this association and I love to volunteer. And my kids always help when I'm volunteering. And they help me with my real estate. So what can I say? I just love what I do. I wake up every morning happy to continue doing what I do. And when Steve said I don't have a bad day, well, I don't let anybody else know I'm having a bad day. So thank you for this honor. I'm speechless. And I'll agree with you, Blindside.
I told you, it's the Blindside Award. And the second woman, she said.
All right, so I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you for everyone who joined us on Facebook Live. We have a great association here. Let's make it an amazing 2022. Have a good night. Be safe, everybody.